It is an active John Doe case with a new chance to be solved. Nearly 10 years ago, boaters found the body of this man in Lake Erie in Cleveland. Now investigators could be getting closer to find out who he was. Somewhere out there, a family is missing their loved one. His case is one of just over 100 John and Jane Doe cases across Ohio. Investigator Sarah Goldenberg continues our series on Identified.
I found nearly 550 missing persons have been ruled out as a match for this John Doe. That's according to NamUs, a national database for the missing and unidentified. We spoke with the sketch artist behind this man's picture to see what it takes to try to identify John Does like him. Back in May of 2014, a boater in Lake Erie moved closer to inspect something caught in a breakwall at Burke Lakefront Airport, discovering part of a human skeleton in Cleveland Harbor, still wearing jeans, black work boots, and a belt.
Some of this is guesswork, and some of it is absolutely following the rules of forensic art.
Dr. Linda Spurlock, an associate professor of anthropology at Kent State University, drew this sketch of the man for investigators. We're calling him Cleveland Harbor John Doe. It's meant to be a likeness of him. We joined her in her eclectic office,
Strange pelvis,
full of skulls and bones, bats, and lots of books.
Of course, I've always loved skeletons and what the stories that bones can tell us. No teeth, no incisor teeth.
Before Dr. Spurlock sketches a John or Jane Doe, she looks for features that stand out.
He didn't have any teeth while he was alive. If your teeth fall out long before you die, the sockets heal and it's just smooth. So I could see he had lost all of his teeth long before he died. I assume he probably wore dentures.
Because of that, she drew him with thinner lips.
And you can see I put a shadow under his brow ridge. He definitely would have had that. There's certain things that you just definitely know. And my most exciting feature on his skull was the fact that his nose had been broken and then healed crooked while he was alive.
Here are more clues. Cleveland Harbor John Doe was 45 to 58 years old, 5'3" to 5'11". They don't know his weight or hair color, but he may have had brown eyes. Investigators couldn't find his cause of death because he'd been in the water about 6 months. Dr. Spurlock could tell he was likely hit by a boat at some point.
So a series of cuts through him.
Local investigators work with the U.S. Coast Guard, Canadian Police, and Interpol, but still couldn't identify him. No hits came back for his DNA profile in national databases. So they eventually tried investigative genetic genealogy with DNA Solves. Run by Othram, a private lab, DNA Solves uses crowdfunding and cutting-edge technology to try to solve cases like this. We also just learned, due to genetic genealogy testing, they found this John Doe was most likely Hispanic. The Cuyahoga County Medical Examiner's Office tells us they looked at what's called biogeographical ancestry, analyzing his DNA using ethnicity-specific markers. They want to remind you, when it comes to recognizing him, it's important to stay open-minded.
How much would you like to see this solved?
Oh, this one. For the longest time, this was one of the few that was unsolved.
Investigators think Cleveland Harbor John Doe could be from another country, and he came to Cleveland on a ship or was working on the docks. They haven't given up hope they'll find his identity soon. Watch for our next unidentified case next Friday. Sarah Goldenberg, 19 News.
If you know who he was, call the Cuyahoga County Medical Examiner's Office. The number there is on your screen.